Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! For over the last decade, Descendants of Zombies has held a very special place in my heart, and the greatest feeling in the world, perhaps the most rewarding, is knowing that thousands of people who have subscribed to your channel love the channel with all of their heart. Thank you so much for all the love and support that you've shown this YouTube channel and how you've been with me from the very first video that I've ever created. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? That over thousands of people have been with me from the very first video that was ever created, because all I ever wanted to do was showcase my passion for Disney, which eventually became a passion for Descendants of Zombies, for not just myself, but for each and every one of you. Because I had the chance to share with you my story, and we became stronger together, and we also became the best of friends, and we've never left each other's sides. I think one of the most remarkable things about Descendants of Zombies to be appreciative of is how people just bonded over Descendants of Zombies. For no particular reason whatsoever, people who had never been friends before in their lives, never even met, bonded over Descendants of Zombies. Like, do you remember the first time you ever took a selfie with your friend at the Worlds Collide tour, and that selfie went on to mean so much to your heart because it was a moment in time that we wish we could have frozen, that could have lasted for forever. You've kept that photo for forever. You probably have it in a collage on your wall. And if you are somebody who realizes what I'm saying to be appreciative of it, then thank you so much for creating these wonderful memories with your friends. Because I've seen this time and time again. I even know people personally who have been friends over Descendants of Zombies. They bonded and they formed this unbreakable bond for over at least a decade. And they're 25 now, and they're still the best of friends. That's the most incredible thing about Descendants of Zombies, is how close people have become. They tell each other everything. They share their favorite moments, who their favorite characters are. My favorite character from Descendants was always Bridget, Ruby Rose Turner's character, because I always loved Ruby. There was just something about Ruby who showed me that kindness really takes a person further in this lifetime. And I, for one, believe that we never have the chance or opportunity to see more kind people in this world do acts of kindness to people who really need it. When you least expect it, there is somebody out there, probably in your own life that you see every day at school, who just wants you to say hi to them. And you could be that one person, that one girl, who changes their life incredibly by just simply saying hi to them. You never know how much of a profound impact kindness can really have on a person, and how it can change a person's life for the better. And I think that more fans of Descendants of Zombies have taken away a greater appreciation for the friendships that we've seen because of Descendants of Zombies come of it, and just how much history we've created and had the chance to be a part of. Because I really feel that I've been a part of so many historical moments over the years, not just with Descendants of Zombies, but with every popular franchise, from Frozen to Tangled to Phineas and Ferb. I've been often caught trying to figure out what I was going to do with my 104 days of summer vacation. Now, that may have come in the form of me trying to build a roller coaster in my backyard, even with how crazy that sounds, or probably trying to go on an adventure as magical as what Rapunzel did in the Tangled series, because I always loved these characters. I thought they represented something so phenomenally, and that was encouragement to have a better appreciation for life, a greater appreciation for life, if anything, and that's something I really took away from it. And now, ever since yesterday, we saw the 30-second teaser trailer that was released for Zombies 5 coming up in 2027, and I know, I get it. There are people out there who are saying, yes, Zombies is coming! Jonathan Clarke may have a cold this morning, but he's still talking about zombies. The show must go on. And if you're somebody who loves this YouTube channel with all of your heart, you're probably saying, geez, Jonathan, I hope you feel better soon. If you are somebody who feels that way, thank you so much. Because you guys show kindness to me every single time I ever upload a video. You guys have been with me from the very first video I've ever uploaded, talking about predictions about what could be inside of this vortex, what kind of a profound impact mermaids will have on this franchise. And I think it's going to be a really significant one, because I've loved stories about mermaids. I don't really know about you guys or any other critic on YouTube who probably doesn't feel the same way, but I've always had a greater appreciation for mermaids and things like vortexes. And you're probably saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, would you be the first one to jump inside of this vortex to uncover its mystery and come back on your show and tell us what you found inside of it? The more that I think about it, I would love the opportunity to jump inside of a vortex, cold or not. I would jump inside of this thing. I would love to uncover its mystery and be the first one to record a podcast to tell you how I feel about it. Come to think of it, I think Zombies has presented me with a perfect opportunity to become that action hero that I've always dreamed of being. Ever since I saw the Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise being the lead, I said, I can do this. And you're saying to yourself, Jonathan Clarke, don't you think you would need a stunt double? The more that I think about it, I think I would have a greater appreciation for my role if I did my own stunts. And don't worry, with my background in pro wrestling, I probably could pull it off. Are you laughing? Are you having a good time yet? If you are, again, thank you so much, because that's why I'm recording these videos. Because if there ever was a guy who had a crazy prediction or theory or review to give you about Zombies 5, it's this guy. Because I've always believed in it. And I've always held on to the belief that we can expect to see something special. Perhaps the most beautiful thing about it is this love story that we're setting ourselves up for between Victor and Nova. These are two characters that I've really appreciated. Now, I never really have paid much attention to the rumors surrounding Kylie Cantrell and Malachi Burton's relationship. I know that a lot of people have said how they felt about that and why Kylie Cantrell is reportedly dropping out of the Descendants Zombies Camp Rock World Collide Tour coming up in fall of 2026. But the thing is, Kylie Cantrell feels the way she does. She has her reasons, and I think we can support Kylie Cantrell in a time where she really needs our love and support. I've never really believed how people that Kylie may have been in a relationship with may feel about her as any reflection on who Kylie Cantrell is as a person. I think she is an incredible person. And I think the friendship between Malachi Burton and Freya Sky deserves to be supported. The one thing I've noticed about the Freya Sky fans is you guys are forever supportive of their friendship. And that's what counts. There are a lot of YouTube content creators who will never admit this to you guys, but I see the value in friendships. Because I had probably 3 or 4 really good friends. I never really had the opportunity to meet thousands of people and become friends with thousands of people until you guys happened 25 years later into my existence, which I'm very appreciative of because I've had the chance to become more friends with more people than ever before. I'm the coolest guy ever to create a Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel. By the way, guys, this is your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel, right? This is your channel that you watch every night for the latest news, latest updates, what have you, and you're forever going to subscribe here. So that's really cool because that really gives me encouragement and presents a lot of incentive for me to keep creating videos about how much I love Ruby and how much I love Freya and how much I've supported Kylie over the years because I always saw something special in them. That was the thing. No matter how critics felt about them, I always wanted to give them a chance. Because you see, there's always a constellation of stars every night out there in that sky. So think about it like this. Every star that's been a part of Descendants of Zombies and really been a part of our lives on Disney Channel or what have you, some form of entertainment, everybody in that constellation that shines very brightly every night each has an individual star. It's kind of like the opening in the Disney Infinity movies where they say, or the Disney Infinity games that I used to play when I was probably 20 years old. Everything starts with a spark, and as that spark expands, it explodes. And it becomes something so far phenomenal than we ever imagined. It becomes really a universe of possibilities. And that spark is something that Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky have been riding on for forever. So the more that you think about it, however many distant galaxies or universes they have the chance to visit, it gives them the chance to introduce themselves to more fans, to expand their fandom, their fan community. And you guys have forever been supportive of their spark. And I am a firm believer that their stars are about to shine brighter than ever before. The thing about Disney's characters and their stories over the years, we've always seen so many fantasy characters and their versions of stories like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin for many years, even Hercules, which I was a huge fan of because of the rivalry between Hercules and Hades that existed ever since 1997. I played the video game, I watched the movie, I was a huge fan of it. I was also a huge fan of Aladdin. The thing I always appreciated about these franchises, when you actually gave them a chance, you could put together a great review with really cool thoughts on it. Cool thoughts and really cool dreams. Because the thing is, critics will always find something negative to talk about your favorite franchises without ever giving them much of a chance. I remember when Tangled started having some of its first reviews compiled, and people were saying, Tangled really wasn't living up to a certain criteria or expectation. It was doing anything but exceeding their expectations and their hopes for Tangled. But if you are a die-hard fan of Tangled, the thing is, you're going to love it no matter what the story is for a TV series that's 22 minutes long, or a movie, because we've been waiting on Tangled 2 for forever, and now this live-action Tangled, which is going to be filmed in Australia, that's going to be really, really cool. And I think they're actually filming it in a cathedral, in Spain, actually. Spain or Australia, one of the two locations. So that's going to be really cool to see Tangled brought to life for the first time ever. But the thing is, every Disney character, no matter who they were, they always had something critical said about them. They're over-popular. They're this or they're that. They're not living up to the hype. I've heard and I've seen it all. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to create a context that actually helped you make sense of Descendants of Zombies. Because the one thing that you've noticed about me for many years is that I've been incredibly supportive of your dreams, I've been incredibly supportive of how you felt about Descendants of Zombies, because forever we've been saying that Zombies 5 is going to happen. No matter how many times we heard about the rumors of Zombies 5's production value having been canceled, because Disney is now worth over, I think it's something like $300 billion as of April of 2005. So, you think about a company being worth over $300 billion in terms of revenue. You think about bigger budgets. It is possible to give Zombies and Descendants to allocate a bigger budget. I don't think I got to run for president of the United States to give Disney's Descendants of Zombies a bigger budget. But even if it comes down to it, I will never think twice about running for president of the United States, because I've always believed that people like Kylie and Freya deserve a really cool president that's really down with Disney. And the first thing I will do if I'm ever elected as president of the United States, I promise you guys, I will give Disney bigger budgets for these smaller franchises that have never been really taken seriously. Because the way I see it is, Disney's smaller franchises like Descendants of Zombies have so many appreciative fans of who and what they love. You guys have forever been supportive of Kylie Contrell. You've forever been supportive of Freya Sky, undoubtedly. So you guys deserve financial support. You deserve better budgets, better special effects, more pyro for these special events like concerts, and more opportunities to see them live and in person. Because there were so many people who were shut out of the Worlds Collide Tour who just wanted a chance to go. There are people who comment here every day saying they want to go to like 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour just to see Camp Rock in action. Because you remember being a fan of the original Camp Rock. You remember being a fan of the original trilogies for both Descendants and Zombies. So I will give you that regardless if I'm president of the United States or I'm an executive at Disney, because I will go above and beyond the requirements of every other content creator out there to give you what you want. Because I know what it's like to sit at home every night and refuse to do your homework because you were like, Mom, Dad, the latest episode of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody or Jesse's coming on and I want to watch it. I know, because I was just like each and every one of you. I've had the honor of being a part of Disney for pretty close to 30 years, and I've seen the best of them come and go, and to be honest with you guys, I've had the time of my life. I saw something special in Debbie Ryan's character, Jessie. I forever saw something special in Miley Cyrus's character, Hannah Montana. And if there was one thing I wanted to do, it was support them. I had no idea how well received my videos would become, but it's been so fun for me creating this and sharing my thoughts with you, and really my story about how I had a passion for Disney stuffies, video games that you've seen on display in these videos. I just renovated this room because I expanded my stuffy collection, and I wanted all of them to be featured here in the video. There you see that $100 Mario behind me. And honestly, guys, I thought about it seriously after I bought it. $100 for a Mario. Pretty crazy, isn't it? But the thing is, no matter where I am, the cool thing about this YouTube channel is I have such an appreciation for every fan of Descendants of Zombies. I know how you feel about these characters, these moments that you've had a chance to be a part of, from Zen Addison's love story from the first moment you saw it. You knew it was going to be something special. How zombies always strive for acceptance in a world that sometimes it was very difficult for them to achieve acceptance within. I get it, because some of us who are even subscribed here are struggling with that every day. But you know something? You offer something so incredibly beautiful to this world without ever being given credit for. I've seen you guys draw your favorite Descendants characters. I've seen you obviously feel very passionate with your Descendants of Zombies dedicated channels. It's so cool how you guys feel so passionate about it and how you never have stopped believing in it. So because you've never stopped believing in it, Disney is finally listening to you and giving you what you want. You want to know if there's a teaser trailer that's going to come out from Zombies officially for Zombies 5. I mean, I've always said, and probably it has something to do with how Disney is acting quickly, I've always said that you guys have never been deserve to be left in the dark and have so many unanswered questions about Descendants of Zombies. If you can drop a 30-second trailer around the same time you're dropping a 30-second trailer for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, then so it should be. Because I think that there are so many people out there who feel so passionate about Descendants of Zombies forever and always, who have forever and always deserved to have their questions answered. And you guys have been left in the dark for far long enough. The one thing I would do if I was an executive producer role at Disney, and I was sitting in that chair every day, I would be thinking to myself, what can I do to really bring this to life? What can I do to show creative energy to a franchise that has deserved to have creative energy shown to it for a very long time? To give you more of a reason to believe in Descendants of Zombies than perhaps ever before. I know these videos probably have come at the expense of a guy who lives inside of a haunted house, who believes more than anything in the world that his house is haunted, and living near a soda plantation and a chemical plant could be quite dangerous. You kind of got to leave that up to the professionals. But I've loved creating these videos because I had the chance to share my story with you about how I was a fan. And through sharing my story with you, you guys got to know me better. You knew what I represented and how I felt about Descendants of Zombies, which obviously was very different from other content creators. Freya Sky seems to be having the time of her life on the Worlds Collide Tour stages and the Stars Align World Tour she's currently on. So that's more than you could ever ask for. That's probably perhaps the most rewarding feeling as a content creator that you could ever have, to give people hope along with believing in Freya Sky and Kylie Control, who obviously I thought something special was going to happen because of, and they were going to have the chance to be a part of something special. I remember years ago when Kylie Control got one of her first ever phone calls from Nickelodeon, and she had an opportunity to perform on Nickelodeon, and she turned it down because she wanted to get a call from Disney. And when she finally got a call from Disney, which she was waiting on forever, she was really waiting on a wish for, she took full advantage of it. And I know there's been a lot of criticism thrown in the way of Kylie Control for how people may have felt about her. But it's you guys who have made Kylie Control into the person she is. You guys have forever and always supported Kylie Control with so much undeniable love and support, and that really means the world to me that you have. It really does, because you guys are the reason why Kylie Control has come so far with her career and still has so far to go. You guys have been downloading her EP goodie bag for forever, for at least the last year, and she just recently celebrated the 1-year anniversary of since its release. And she's really having the time of her life. She has forever been appreciative of each and every one of you, and that is something I will never be able to say thank you enough for, especially for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. You guys really have saw something special in every video that I've ever created, and stories I've shared with you about being fans of Beauty and the Beast and Pinocchio, which we are celebrating the 75th anniversary of this year. Somewhere between 75 and 80 years, we're commemorating Pinocchio. And I remember, you guys are going to have to forgive me, I remember having the first copies of these VHSs when they were first released as part of the Disney Masterpiece Collection, and that was forever ago. So I know what it's like to be a fan of whatever you're a fan of, and I know how to hold that close to your heart. Undoubtedly, these franchises will hold a very special place in your heart for many years to come, and that deserves to be honored. Because no matter what your reason is for having found this channel or being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, everybody is different who is a fan of Descendants of Zombies, and everybody deserves to be appreciated for why they are a fan of Descendants of Zombies. Thank you so much for having a special place in your heart for this channel and these franchises for forever, because the way I've always perceived it is this story is far from over and we still have a long way to go, and there is no reason why we can't get there together. I know that Zombies 5 feels like forever away. 2027 feels like it's never going to come. But you know something? At least you guys will have me and other dedicated YouTubers to tell you how they feel about Descendants of Zombies. Probably not in the same way that I have, because my videos are really fun and really cool, really far out there. Because I don't think that anyone who reviews Descendants of Zombies will encourage you that the chances of a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion will ever happen. But I think that you should never believe, maybe this is just coming from me because I've always believed that you should never really take a scientific expert seriously when they say, oh, the chances of a zombie apocalypse will never ever happen. Because it really will. At just after 9:17 this morning, I am encouraging you to believe in a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion more than you ever have in your life, and to prepare yourself so you can watch the next video and the next video after that, and hopefully in some way or somehow these videos will forever touch your heart and forever resonate with you, because that's all I ever wanted to be a part of, to be considered a part of something special, and I had the chance to. And I would just like to take a moment in the final few moments I have on the first podcast this morning to say thank you to the love and support that I've received from my latest Freya Sky and Malachi Burton video. You guys put up over 200 views in less than 2 hours. I went to Walmart last night to look at more Disney stuffies and pick up some odds and ends, and by the time I came home, and believe you me, taking the bus home from Walmart is never easy. When I got home and did the daily commute, I saw over like 300 people had watched my video, and I could never seem to say thank you enough. Every single time that happens, I can never seem to say thank you enough. So if you are a loyal fan of Descendants of Zombies somewhere out there today in this really big universe watching this video, because there's always that one super fan who is forever dedicated to what she believes. Thank you so much for having loved this YouTube channel with all of your heart and taking something special away from every video that I've ever had the honor to create and produce, because this has been the time of my life and truly a life-changing experience. Thank you so much for believing in this YouTube channel with all of your heart, having a special place forever and always reserved for every video that I've ever created. We still have a long way to go, but that's never meant that we cannot get there. And I think the best way to get there in 2027 is to get there together, because we are forever supportive of Descendants and Zombies, and undeniably we are forever supportive of each other. And that's what's always mattered to me forever and always, and that's what will always count. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and as always, thank you so much from my heart to yours for having watched this video. It's always and forever been my honor.